A little early, but I have a live feed. All right. All right. It is top of the hour. The doors are open for the drive. All right. As soon as the tribe checks in, we're going to celebrate World Music Day. And there's somebody, Mike McCabe, first one in the door. As always, gets the best virtual seat in the house. Welcome. Good to see you here, brother. Thanks for checking in. We'll just wait for the rest of the tribe to catch up with you. Hot here. Yeah. I had this set up for when I get going. Oh, it's probably going to be. I took this phone snap. Yeah. My iMac screen is pretty bright. It's only 101, but I took a screen snap it when I went out to the store earlier. It's 111. It's probably too dark, too light for it to show up, but dang, right at the top of the screen. Yeah, it's too bright. I thought if I could get closer. Oh well, you have to take my word. Yeah, it was 111. That was the high, and we reached it. So, but I'm not one for comparative suffering. I don't like that. You know, like we've all had those friends where you go, "Oh man, this just can't believe what happened." Oh yeah, They say, well, that's nothing. Wait till you hear what happened to me once. Comparative suffering, not a fan. So it's all relative. So we have a dry 111. But for Michigan, I know, I've been watching the heat wave, so it's hotter than it should be up there, and that's the point. Yeah, I know the screen is too bright. I've never messed with going into. Is it possible? I think I can go to full screen mode. I lose for a second comments, but you're the only one that's here. Let me see. Oh, it shrinks it. Oh, okay. It shrinks it down. I thought it would make this bigger. Oh, that gets rid of the comments. Oh, there we go. Oh, I put the comments on the bottom. Oh, here we go. Expand comments. Okay, now I'm back. I can't get the, I thought if I could get my live feed full screen, then it wouldn't be as bright. Apparently I can't do that. That's okay. Too bright, no change there. All right, I'm just messing with some settings. And there's Gene, welcome, yay. Mike just came in the door. Plenty of front row seats, plenty of virtual best seats in the house. So grab one, glad you're here for, I just learned earlier today, it's World Music Day. And I had to do some research on that. So that was started by a guy in Paris in 1982. In 1981, I don't know if he was a music teacher or something, I just kind of glossed over that. He found out that 1 out of every 2 students across the globe plays a musical instrument. He said, why don't we celebrate that? So they started in Paris in 1982. So World Music Day is to encourage musicians to get outside and share music, not for profit, just for fun, and to bring people together. And I went, oh, that's pretty cool. So that's why I took the snapshot of the temperature when I went to the store at 111, and I was going to show as a hoodwink why we're not outside here today. And I probably wouldn't be outside if I was up where you're at in Michigan, because it's all relative. It's hot out there, hotter than usual. Gene says, fantastic. Yeah, World Music Day, so thanks for being here. Let's give it another minute or so for, I did a little bait. I put a banner up about 10 till, 12 till, just to remind people, hey, it's World Music Day. People that would not normally remember to come in like you regulars do and check in, so I thought maybe that would help get some extras here. Oh, by the way, this is it's nice chilled. It's Chateau Saint Michel. It's a nice brand. I've had it over the years. This is a chilled Riesling, so it's kind of sweet. So if you're wondering, that's not apple juice, baby. Huh. Not for my tribe. This is a relaxing and winding down the evening for all of us, no matter where you'll be. So sip them if you got them. Mine says it's 80. Yeah, but I know that humidity there and all those things factor in. So that's and also I'm guessing that that's way above normal for this time of year. Cindy's here. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining on World Music Day, which is also my typical Fiesta Friday. But I learned earlier today it's World Music Day, so I thought I would celebrate that. Mike says, what? 63% humidity. Wow. Yeah, that year I spent in South Carolina where we met. That was, we had all 4 seasons. And I'm used to humidity. I mean, you know, I spent some time in San Antonio. Uh, so did Cindy at different times, visiting our Uncle Sam. So uh, I got there in April and stayed through August, so I remember what San Antonio, Texas humidity could be like in the summers. After basic training and then staying for security police tech school. Yeah, Mike, in that year in Hartsville, South Carolina, population 10,000. Salute. It's a take on hee haw. Only us that are checked in here would get that reference. Trips around the sun. Yeah, so we had all the humidity and the big bugs and all that stuff, and I had to bring a work shirt in the summer. I would drive to Robinson in like a t-shirt, and I would bring my work shirt on a hanger because I starched and did my own shirts, and then I started using the local laundry service, but they did a great job. But those cotton work shirts would wrinkle, and by the time I got to work, 12 minutes from my rental to the plant, even in the morning, my work shirts would be just all messed up, and I like to look professional, so I would bring those with me on a hanger. And then, of course, by the time lunch came around, even in the buildings, the humidity, if you walked outside on a break, yeah, you got drenched. So anyway, it was a good time. Good to see everybody here. All right, it's plenty of time. Doors are going to be open. Cindy says, my hubby's retired chief in security forces career field. All right, hurrah. Kevin, Jean's checked in. So Kevin, her awesome husband, and I met after I got stationed at Mather in Sacramento. I was coming home for a 3-day leave at Christmas, and he had just got up to the base. I got there in September, and Kevin had just got there, and he's going through training, and found out he was 2 years younger than you and I, and went to Alhambra. We never had met. We've been lifelong friends ever since. And he also retired as a senior. First sergeant. He was displaced and deployed all over the world, but he ended up... Gene, did Kevin retire out of Davis-Monthan or Luke? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, he was part of security police when you and I went in, I think, and then security forces later. Yep. Retired chief, awesome. Oh, chief master sergeant. Kevin was first sergeant. He was a senior first sergeant. So you and your husband too. Thanks for your service. Yeah, I thought he went to Luke. I don't know if he was a first sergeant in the security squadron, but I thought so. Kevin says retired out of Luke. There's Kevin. So Kevin, Cindy Davis was known as Cindy Bradley on Coulter Street, where I grew up. We went to school together since grade school. She joined the Air Force, I think after I did. And then she married this awesome guy, and you can see he retired as chief in the security forces. I don't know where he retired out of, Cindy, so you might have to type that in. So there's a whole bunch of us that were security police / forces checked in here. Mike's a brainiac, so I think he was nuclear Navy. Smart mofo. But appreciate your service, and also Gene, the spouses that kept everything afloat, man. So good to see everybody here. Welcome to, I learned earlier today, it's World Music Day. Started in Paris in 1982, encouraging people to get out and share music in the public, and not for profit, just for fun. 111 here today when I was out at the store earlier, which is why I'm inside. So anyway, it's good to see everybody here. Let's get some music going, and appreciate you checking in. The doors are officially open all the way through the set. Hear the clock, it's 6 a.m. It feels so far from where I've been. I've got my eggs, I got my pancakes too. I've got my maple syrup, everything with you. Break the yolks and make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand face. I wipe the spots off the mirror. Don't leave the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you'll see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Called my mom, she was out for a walk, consoled a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk, so I picked up the paper. It was more bad news. Our hearts been broken more, people being used, but on my coat in the pouring rain. I saw a movie, it just wasn't the same, 'cause it was happy. I was sad, yeah. It only made me miss you so bad, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, I go about my business and I'm doing fine. Besides, what would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Hey. Brush my teeth and put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on. I pick a book up and turn the sheets down, yeah. I take a good long look around. Put on the PJs and hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead-eyed. Try and tell myself it'll be alright. I shouldn't think any more tonight, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, a little of my buddy Steve Poltz, Manjul, kicking off this Fiesta Friday World Music Day edition. Sip 'em if you got 'em. Glad to see you here. Let me get caught up on check-ins or comments. Oh, my eyes today. Yeah, Kevin was a master when he became first sergeant at Loot. Cindy says, Tad, her husband retired out of Shreveport. Oh, Colorado. I thought you were in Colorado. I thought you told me that once when you retired. Yeah, we were both security police. That's what it was called when we went in, Cindy, in 1980. Yep. Cindy, 22 years before I put a diamond on. Yep, first sergeant. Awesome. Glad to see a gathering of security police / forces folks here tonight. And so good to have you here. So Cindy, remember Rhonda Welling? She lived right, she was the girl next door, the actual girl next door to me. And my bedroom window. Remember our houses had those crank windows? It would open. So my bedroom window faced her garage, her carport. And her kitchen window also faced her carport and also faced my bedroom window. And we connected several years ago. And I was telling her I would sit in my room and play Jim Croce songs, and I had my window open when the temperature was nice. And I used to sit in my room and play as if she could hear me because I had a crush on her. And years later, as like 40 years later, we connected and had lunch, and she said, I remember doing the dishes, and I had my window open above the kitchen sink, facing her garage and my bedroom, and she goes, I could hear this music playing, and I thought it was the radio. And one day she said, I went out, and she got close and realized it was me. That's a true story. And so I thought I would tell that because I used to sit on my bed with my Jim Croce songbook and my little really cool, at that time, stereo portable record player. And I would learn to play those Jim Croce songs by ear and by looking at the chord charts and figuring out the finger picking. And so this is one of those songs I would have played back then. Well, I know it's kind of late. I hope I didn't wake you. But what I've got to say can't wait. I know you'd understand. But every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I know it's kind of strange, but every time I'm near you, I just run out of things to say. I know you'd understand, but every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. But every time the time was right, all the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I know it's kinda late. I hope I didn't wake you, but there's something that I just gotta say. I know you'd understand. Time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I'll have to say I love you in a song. Oh, this is what I call my old friends. Jim Croce songs. Back from our teenage years, growing up on Coulter Street. Kevin says, "Oh, Skirty Specials." Yeah, that was what we were officially called. Or for those of us that were in Strategic Air Command, SAC at that time, we were called SAC Cops. Means we walked around B-52s. Yes, we did. And believe it or not, in Sacramento in the wintertime, in the early 80s, it got so cold there because of the Thule fog that we had parkas. We had hand-me-down parkas from like Alaska and all those other frigid places. But Sacramento would get so cold when the Thule fog would roll in, and it was like 8 feet high, and it would roll in really slow. And I worked the alarm tower. You could see that fog coming in. And when it came in and it blanketed the planes where you could no longer see them, we had to go walk. And I remember a guy like walking into you could not see your hand in front of you when it was thick. And I remember at least one guy walked into the tip of a B-52 because he couldn't see the plane tip. And it would be freezing. And then I remember we would have an alert in the summer, like in July, and you'd be out on that C ramp that got upgraded to like a B or an A ramp, and you'd be out there for 12 or 14 hours, and it was so hot, like that asphalt tarmac would like burn your feet. So Sacramento was very interesting. It had nice weather, except in the summer it was extreme, and in the winter it was really cold. So so we walked B-52s. We used to call that humping a buff. So B-52's nickname was a buff. And if you were out walking, it was called humping. So you had to hump the buff. Then we had this post where the planes would have to leave the alert area if they had to deploy. It's this big open area. It's called a gap. Kevin, I think you remember. I don't know what I ate or wore yesterday, but I can remember post 21 was the gap. So you'd have to hump the gap, or humping a buff, which is walking around a B-52. Pretty amazing. Long-term memory is an amazing thing. Gene said, that's amazing you guys met up. Yeah, Rhonda and I. We had lunch about a year and a half ago. I haven't talked to her since then. Cindy says, my sister babysat you and Brian. I had a crush on you. Oh, you had a sister? I remember you had a brother. Or am I remembering Sherry Seifert, who's now Sherry Pruitt, who lived right around the corner from me on 13th Avenue. And she lived right around the corner from my best friend Van, who lived on Orange Avenue. All of us lived within like a couple hundred yards of each other. I had a crush on me. God bless you. I'm blanking on, so I remember post 21 from 1980. But I don't remember you having a sister. I thought you had a brother. I guess it was you that had you must have had an older sister, I guess, because she babysat us. Sherry had a younger brother. Sherry Seifert, now Pruitt. Gene says, very, very thick fog. Yes, indeed. Alpha 21, that's right. Kevin remembers. Oh, they're good old days now that they're behind us. Isn't that true? But at the end of the day, like I say with most things that are that we strive to survive or get over, at the end of the day, it makes for a great story. So thanks for checking in. The doors are open. Hopefully we'll get some more tribe members to join us. One of the other songs I would have played sitting in my room, one of the very first James Taylor songs I learned would have been this one. When you're down and trouble and you need some love and care, and nothing, oh nothing's going right, just close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know where I am. I'll come running, see you again. Winter, spring, summer, fall, and all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend. If the sky high above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old cold north wind should begin to blow, just keep your poor head together and call my name out loud, and soon you'll hear me knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know where I am. I'll come running, and I'll be there, yes I will. Hey, ain't it good to know that you got a friend? People can be so cold. I've hurt you, I've deserted you. Well, take your soul if you let them all, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Yes, I will see you again. Hey baby, don't you know I've had winter, spring, summer, fall, and all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend. You got a friend. Ain't it good to know you got a friend? Ain't it good to know you got a friend? Oh, baby, you got a friend. Oh, little JT, James Taylor, blast past from 1416 West Coulter Street in Phoenix. Cindy grew up right down the street from me, probably a little over 100 yards, not very far. Cindy says, I delivered AG equipment on Flatline. Minot. Oh, my brother was stationed in Grand Forks. Too cold for me. Kevin says, was there long enough, became the area supervisor after working entry control, CSC, and alarm monitor. Awesome. Cindy always brought the cops heaters. God bless you, because we definitely, depending on where you're stationed, we definitely needed them. And up there, in Minot, absolutely. All those agents were lifesavers. Used to crack inside to play jokes on newbies. Carl said, oh yeah, made me think I would turn off by clapping. That's funny. Yeah, all the newbies we sent down, as we were also indoctrinated, to get 50 feet of flight line, prop wash, and keys to the B-52 from the ops, whatever that called, ops, I don't remember, ops building. And it was all a running joke. You send the new guys down for that. It's so fun. Here's another one. Cindy, remember Jeff Robertson? He and I also were best friends. Jeff was the first kid I ever knew that had an electric guitar. He had this little, it was called a Fender Mustang, and it was like a Fender Stratocaster if it was made out of wool and you washed it in warm water and it shrunk, but it was perfectly perfectly sized for like a young kid or a teenager. And so we would go over and sit and play music and figure out James Taylor stuff and everything. So this is one that we also learned back then. Yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I woke up this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember to send it to. And I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. Just gotta see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. just won't make it any other way. But I've seen fire and I've seen rain, and I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend, but I always thought that I'd see you again. I've been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. But there's hours of time on the telephone line that talk about things to come, sweet dreams and flying machines and pieces on the ground. Oh, but I've seen fire and I've seen rain, and I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. But I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around now. Thought I'd see you, thought I'd see you again. Na 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 na. Na, 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 na. Oh yeah, always a good time for little James Taylor, another blast from the past. Sitting on my bed as a teenager, switching from classical flamenco, which I was formerly taught by Mr. Rico in Christown Mall. So switching over from classical flamenco guitars when I was 9 to finger-picking acoustic as a teenager. Sitting on my bed playing Jim Croce and James Taylor and trying to learn all that stuff. Let me get caught up on comments and check-ins. Kevin says, Bruce is a tower operator. You must remember moonlight checks. I do. I also worked CSC. Yep. Amy's here, taking pics of the Strawberry Moon, lost track of time. Oh yeah, I read it was going to be Strawberry Moon. Also, today is, I didn't read this until earlier, World Music Day. I mentioned at the top of the hour, I read some history on that. Started in Paris in 1982 by a guy who, I don't know what his background was, I just skimmed through it. In 1981, he came across some statistics that said 1 out of every 2, approximately 2 or 3 million children across the globe played an instrument, some kind of musical instrument. So he decided to put together a festival, and in 1982 was the first time there were very few participants as far as countries. The idea was for people to encourage others to go outside and play music, not for profit, just to share music across the planet, and it's continued to grow. So I took a screen snap, which my screen's too bright on this 27-inch iMac to show you. It was 111 when I was out at the store this afternoon, which would explain why we're not doing this outside. And Mike said it's in the 80s and 3% humidity up there in Michigan, so the likelihood of anybody being outside doing that today in Michigan is probably nil. So anyway, I want to recognize that it's, yeah, that's right, the Strawberry Moon, and then World, I keep wanting to say annual, but it's not, World Music Day. So let's do, I don't know a song for Strawberry Moon, but I know Blue Moon. How about, that's close enough, so let's do that. Blue moon, you saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me say a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then there suddenly appeared before me the only one my arms will ever hold. I heard someone whisper, please adore me. And when I looked to the moon, it turned to gold. Blue moon, now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. And then there suddenly appeared before me the only one my arms will ever hold. I heard someone whisper, please adore me. And when I looked to the moon, it turned to gold. Blue moon, now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, blue moon, blue moon. All right, celebrating Strawberry Moon. I know Blue Moon, so close enough. It's in the color family anyway, I think. Blue and strawberries. If it was a blueberry moon, then definitely it'd be a fruit. Amy says, wow, high 90s, heat wave for us. Yeah, and very humid. Mike's having the same. Way up there in Michigan, really hot. Kevin says, we tied a record 117, but it's a dry heat. Yeah, I took a screen snap. I tried showing this earlier, but I think it's my Mac's too bright, so you can't see it. But it said my location, it was this afternoon, 111. So it was before, of course, the temperatures. I'm not a quitter, so sorry, my OCD kicks in and I'm like trying to find a place where I can show you that screen snap, but it's just too bright. No. Phoenix's weather is taken at Sky Harbor, our airport. I think a lot of weather stations are, but yeah, I trusted Kevin had it. We hit a record of 117. Wow, it was 111 when I was out earlier. It was about 3:30, maybe 4 in the afternoon. So, man. Anyway, let's see. Hope everybody's staying cool despite the weather. People used to ask me, man, what do you do in Arizona when the temperature's that hot? And I said, aside from shopping malls, Costco and movie theaters. They're pretty cool. I'm trying to stay proficient in a couple of these new songs I've been listening to lately. So that I've learned lately. So there's a new Beatles one I played a couple times. So I'm trying to stay proficient. I listened to it in my car earlier. I was driving around too, and I played it once when I got home, or twice. So thought I'd do it again to make sure I stay Proficient and keep it in the rotation. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. If you don't take her out tonight, she's gonna change her mind. And I will take her out tonight, and I will treat her kind. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose. I'll make a point of taking her away from you. Watch what you do, yeah. The way you treat her, what else can I do? If you don't treat her well, my friend, she's gonna find she's gone. 'Cause I will treat her well, and then you'll be the lonely one. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose. I'll make a point of taking her away from you. Watch what you do, yeah. The way you treat her, what else can I do? You're gonna lose that girl. 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 You're gonna lose. I'll make a point of taking her away from you. Watch what you do, yeah. The way you treat her, what else can I do? If you don't take her out tonight, she's gonna change her mind. And I will take her out tonight, and I will treat her kind. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. Kind of hard to do it without 3 other guys joining in singing harmony. I do the best I can. I like that song. I remember all the lyrics. What I forget to do is the second verse until I'm into the chorus and I go, oh yeah, I got to go back to that verse. My favorite line in that whole song, after, and I will take her out tonight and I will treat her kind. I love that word, kind. And I love that verse, I will treat her kind. That's my favorite my favorite verse in that whole song. So I'm staying up on that one. Oh yeah. I didn't practice this one today, but I like Living on the Edge. From Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So I'm trying to stay proficient on this one too. A gentle breeze, Hushabye Mountain, slowly blows over Lullaby Bay. It fills the sails of boats that are waiting to sail your worries away. It isn't far, Hushabye Mountain, and your boat waits down by the quay. The winds of night so softly are sighing, soon they will blow your worries to sea. So close your eyes on Hushabye Mountain, say goodbye to cares of the day and watch boat from Hushabye Mountain, sail far away from Lullaby Bay. So close your eyes on Hushabye Mountain, say goodbye to cares of the day, and watch your boat from Hushabye Mountain sail far away from Lullaby Bay. Oh, I love that little song. Trying to stay proficient on these new songs in the rotation, so I wanted to play those two. Oh yeah. I got another one too. Amy said, thanks, Title Record. Sounds great, thank you. I sang along with this one in the car today. Then I came home and it's like I had forgotten the key I was in. It was completely different key, so I had to go back to the original. Mine's in a higher register, so I had to capo it up higher. So I had to go back and learn the original to go, oh yeah, that's the chord progression. So from that movie Phantom of the Opera from 2004, Minnie Driver had this beautiful song Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote just for the movie, and so I played this again today because I wanted to learn it. I wanted to play it. Child of the wilderness, born into emptiness, learn to be lonely, learn to find your way in darkness. Who will take care of you, comfort and care for you? Learn to be lonely, learn to be your one companion. Never dream out in the world, there are arms to hold you. You've always known your heart was on its own. So let in your loneliness, child of the wilderness, learn to be lonely, learn how to love life that is lived alone. Learn to be lonely. Life can be lived, life can be loved alone. Oh, I'm glad I'm staying up pretty much proficient on that. I like that little song. I like these new additions. I have to keep practicing them so I don't lose them. Oh, I didn't open with this, so how about some Steve Poltz? I love everything about you. I love the way you comb your hair. I love the way you saturate in the room. Perfume lingers in the air. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. I love the way you lick your lips, dear. You've got fireworks in your head. And I love the way you bring me water when I'm thirsty in your bed. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. You were surely kissed by angels. Just look at the freckles on your face. You got the devil in your eyes. You disappear without a trace. Well, I love sneaking up behind you when you're looking in the mirror. The way your eyes lock into mine, dear. Without guilt and without fear, I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. All right, some of my buddy Steve Poltz. As we're, oh man, these hours go by so quick. Are you kidding? Amy says, sounds great and nice. Thank you. All right, tribe. We're nearing the end of this edition of Fiesta Friday, which is also World Music Day. Sip 'em if you got 'em. Thanks for tuning in. So I was going, how do I close out the set with one song to honor World Music Day? And I'm like, well, picking one song is hard. Picking the artist is a snap. No one around the world probably, well, definitely, arguably I would say inarguably, not even an argument, the greatest performer so far of the last century anyway. We're just starting the new one, Elvis Aaron Presley. So that's how I'm closing it out. Which song? I had to think about it. So half my brain can play music and do all of that and sing, and the other half's working on something. It's kind of crazy. I only have 2 neurons in my left brain for like logic and stuff. Everything else is in the right brain, but those, when they're working, they're really firing quite nicely. So they can do a lot of stuff at once. So I chose this song. So I'm going to end from Blue Hawaii. This is a nice song. I think I would sing for people across the planet for World Music Day, and just to honor music, and choosing one artist who was known around the planet. And in 1973, I believe it's still not been surpassed, the largest audience ever to view any a live broadcast via satellite around the globe. No one else has done that since. No one else would have done it then either, by the way. That's a lot of chutzpah. and he did it. So I'm going to close out with an Elvis song from Blue Hawaii. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't fall in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't fall in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't fall in love with you, for I can't fall in love with you. All right. What better way to close out World Music Day than probably the biggest entertainer, definitely, inarguably, the world has ever seen, Elvis Presley. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I had a wonderful time. Thanks everybody for checking in. Michael's in Michigan, Amy's in Ohio, and my childhood friend Cindy checked in from the old gang on Coulter Street, and Kevin and Jean. So good to see you. I mentioned Amy, of course. Yes, I have to say it twice to make sure I don't forget. Of course, I like to recognize all my friends. So glad to see everybody here. Thanks for celebrating World Music Day with me, my tribe. Always an honor, no matter how great or large or small. It's always an esteemed group of tribes members gathering here. Amy says, thanks for this great idea. Well, you're welcome. I follow my muse and my spiritus, my inspiration. So thanks everybody for checking in. So great to see you. As always, namaste. The divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Thanks for keeping yourselves healthy. Those immune systems, as always, bolstered up, and also across the states, wherever we may be during this heat wave. Thanks for keeping yourself fanned and cooled. As always, so great to see you, and I will be back on Soulful Sunday. Same bat time and channel, as you know. Soulful Sundays are 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so my friends on Central and East Coast time don't have to stay up so late. And so we'll look forward to seeing you then. Gene says, have a great evening. Same to you, and Kev, thanks for being here. Great to see everybody. Have a great rest of your Friday as you're sliding into your weekend, however that may look. And I'll be back Sunday. And if you can't join us then, we'll hope to see you next time.